Legends of Rock, a unique collection of rock history. Welcome to the first installment of our look at the all-too-brief life of Bob Marley. Was he a saint or just a man?
That's Bob's aim and his desire, to see everybody live in peace and harmony in this world. Because that's what let the world go round, you know, love.
Can't solve a problem with a war, you know. It doesn't really solve a problem. You don't feel like really killing someone. But whose problem am I going to solve when I kill someone? You know what I mean? So I figure the peace is the best thing.
From unknown Trenchtown Rasta to one of the world's most influential artists, Bob Marley was a musical prophet and Rasta warrior who fought oppression and injustice with his six-string guitar. He took the pulsating power of reggae music and tied its vibration to universal anthems of justice and unity. As the undisputed sovereign of reggae, Bob Marley's revolutionary music had and continues to have a massive impact on people of all races throughout the world.
The music follows you wherever you go. Lots of grown-ups said to me, you know, when I put on a Bob Marley record and I'm feeling depressed and I put it on in the mornings, I feel so much better.
I think it will continue, honestly, forever, in a sense. I think that his music will be around forever.
I think we didn't see a fraction of what he could have done. He didn't even have 10 years at the top, you know, that's nothing.
There are so many contradictions about Bob Marley's early life that it is difficult to know what to believe. Strip away the beautification of an icon and you're still left with half-truths, myths and untruths. Jamaica was just awakening to freedom after 3 centuries of British colonial rule, when Robert Nesta Marley was born in a tiny rural shack to 19-year-old Cedella Malcolm and Captain Norval Sinclair Marley.
He was an Englishman, a white man. His work was doing field work in the mountain as a supervisor for the ex-soldier. He was well liked here.
Bob's mum, she was from like a poor family in Jamaica. His dad was from a rich family, like old school white Jamaican family, and he left her the day after they got married, apparently.
I wouldn't want to really say on camera what he said about his father, but slavery was a very painful thing. The white landowners abused women, and women were just there, African women are there for their pleasure, and whether they marry or not marry, they have a child and then take no responsibility, and then they go away, and so it's all in the past. It's not important, but you know, out of all of this pain, you know, out of all of the mess, a rose can grow.
He didn't know his earthly father, but he knew the Almighty so much. Bob was a man that he took personally, like God was his dad.
The way they used to be. Don't tell no lies. One and all got to face reality now.
Bob Marley's exact birth date may never truly be known. His passport, issued in 1964, lists his birth date as April the 6th, 1945. But searches by Jamaican archivists have yet to produce a birth certificate. His Rastafarian brethren greet this news with a sage nod, believing that Marley, like Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, was never born, and therefore could not die.
Bob Marley was a poet. He's not a prophet, he's not a saint, he's a human being. He would be very embarrassed by all this prophet saint rubbish that they're trying to put on him and all of this stuff.
He did want a better world, and if he thought he could do that, he would go to great lengths. That's why he did stand on stage with a gun wound, put himself in a position where he could very well have been shot. if that makes him a saint, because if he had been shot, then it would have been Saint Bob, wouldn't it? I mean, the real Saint Bob.
People believe that Bob was a prophet. I know Bob was a messenger. I won't stress his head about he's a prophet.
In our next installment, we'll take a look at Bob Marley's childhood growing up in Jamaica, his budding interest in music, the birth of reggae, and his adoption of the Rastafarian lifestyle. That's all coming up in Part 2.